Hi guys, this is Conceptual Chemistry Unit 16 and we are solving the exam review. So now we're in the actual problems. We've moved on from the matching. So question 1 says, which are the electrolytes, acids or bases? What special ability do they have? Actually, this is kind of a trick question, if you will. Both of them are electrolytes. And what does electrolyte mean? It means that they can conduct electricity. Remember, electrolyte, think of it as like they can conduct the electricity needed to light something up. Okay, so conduct electricity. Now if we move on to question 2, explain the difference between a strong acid and base and a weak acid or base. So it comes down to dissociation, or how they split. So again, the word is dissociation. In other words, how they split. So for example, if you have hydrochloric acid, hydrochloric will split into H plus and Cl minus. And because it does that every single time, and it does that really, really well, meaning like when you put hydrochloric in, a whole crystal of them, into water, they will immediately split. We call that a strong acid or base because they completely split or dissociate. And then a weak acid or base is an acid or base that only partially splits. So don't get confused here. About, like, some people get confused between the concentrations and the pH values and things like that. Strong or weak is simply just how well they split, whether they completely split or partially split. Okay. Now, 3, how did Arrhenius define acid and base? So acids, he said, essentially dissociate or dissolve or split to form H plus, or hydrogen ions. A base, on the other hand, forms hydroxide ions. So the Arrhenius definition is all about ions, whether it's forming H plus or OH minus. Bronsted-Lowry, on the other hand, looked at acids and bases, and Bronsted-Lowry said that an acid is a proton donor. In other words, they're donating H plus. Whereas a base is a proton acceptor. So the Bronsted-Lowry is all about protons, whereas the Arrhenius is all about ions, what ion is produced. Okay. Next question, number 5, says label the acid, base, conjugate base in the following. Now technically in the middle here we should have a double arrow, one going left, one going right. And my suggestion is start by looking at the reactant side, so the left side over here, and just figure out which one's an acid or which one's a base. If you can identify one, then you'll know what the other is. So remember, if we go back to Bronsted-Lowry or we go back to the Arrhenius definition, it's all about the protons when we're talking about acids. So I like to look for the acid first. And so in this case, notice the substance here on the left. If we follow it over to the right-hand side, it has lost its proton. So in other words, it donated a proton, or we could say that it dissolved and it produced a hydrogen ion. So this is our acid. The other substance on that side of the arrow is the base. Okay, that's just how it works. So if you can identify the acid, you know the other substance is the base. Now, when I look on the flip side of the equation, again, this guy on the left, who is the acid, when he goes to the right-hand side, he will now be the conjugate base. Okay, so the acid becomes a conjugate base, and then the base, on the other hand, will become the conjugate acid. So if you can identify one substance, then you'll be able to figure out what the other substance is on that side. So if you can figure out which one's the acid, the other substance is the base, and then you can use that to help you figure out which one is the conjugate base, because the acid will be the conjugate base on the other side, and then you're just left with the conjugate acid. Alright, so last but not least, question 7 says list the pH range for acids, bases, and neutrals. Give an example of each. So remember that if you look at the pH scale and you set it up so it goes from 1 to 14, 7 is in the middle, okay, 7 is neutral, and then the way I remember it is it increases from 1 to 14, just like how in the alphabet you go from A to B. In other words, A is 1, or acids have a pH below 7, and then bases are at the top. With the 14, they have a pH of above 7. Now examples of each. For acid, we could do something like hydrochloric. For bases, we could do something like sodium hydroxide. For neutral, we would do water, right? H2O. So that's going to be 7. And then if you wanted some in between, remember things like baking soda and soap are bases. And then over on the left-hand side, acids would be things like lemon juice, and another example would be something like, oh my goodness, can't even think of one right now. But that gets us there. Of common solutions. Again, this is soap, not soup. All right. If you need help with the other problems, check out the other videos, and good luck studying tonight.